it's August 23rd, 2021. Couple of things. One is I was just doing my thing now. When I arrived, one of the nursery rhymes was, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a whatever, and you had to fill in the blank. I realized tonight as I was putting away my Rapago, that right over here, there's McDonald Island, spelled proper, but it's McDonald is, and it's A-U-S. Then I went on from my actual Rapago, or Globe, I think they call it. I went over to Google on this mishmash hodgepodge of internet, and the next gen, the 20th century generational Old MacDonald that Alexander has now been growing up on, added a turkey, a gobble gobble, to the Old MacDonald's farm. Now, when I was growing up, it was strictly Irish barn animals. It was a cow, it was a horse, a sheep, a cow, maybe some goats. We stayed away from ducks, although that seemed to be added later also. And that was more of a possibility when the Canadians had geese. I don't know, it got like really, I'm like, y'all don't have to like add to this one. This one I need to keep really clean and simple. Horses, cows, sheep is really where I was happy. And then they added goats, but anyway. So, that's an actual real thing. And I know that that's at family business. Now, I had gotten a phone call right after Alexander was born. And they were like, something to do with ancestry. They wanted me to do something with ancestry. And I'm like, okay. He's like, do you know how to use the internet? I said, I do. I said, I mean, I don't turn the computer on often, but whatever. So they wanted me to go to Ancestry.com, but then Department of Homeland Security had to get involved, which was weird. I had to wait for a phone appointment with them of some sort. Then somebody wanted to ask me if I knew that I was a partner in something, and I'm like, a partner in what? I was like, all right, so if I'm a partner in something, a partner like how? Like I have, like, is there a phone number for follow-up? Like, I mean, is there a contact, anything? And they were like, right, yeah, that would be a good question. Yeah, it's not that kind of partnership. And I'm like, then I'm not following. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but like, you didn't give me a lot to go on here, and it's really confusing. I mean, so then I'm like, all right, so now I've got Old MacDonald, then there was a turkey, oh right, and then I found there's a show, the one that I said that looks kind of Dutch, but they speak kind of British English, and then they call themselves the Met, M-E-T-S, the Mets, which actually we have a baseball team here in New York called the Mets. They're a blue and orange baseball team. I took the kids there a couple of times, did a couple of different baseball games. And then there, the one lead actor, this older gentleman, he has a wife that passed away, or spouse that passed away. And so in his garden, he goes out for a drink, and he has a stone with her name on it, and it's Mary Halford, Maryhalford. And on there, it has a born identity date of 1947, so 1947, which would be Century 19, year 47. And then it has a DOD, a date of death, of 1998, which is a Century 19, year 98. Now, I know in certain upper echelon valise respectables, they have, in certain families, they have, they use the born identity and the date of death for argument's sake between family partnerships. So, like, an idea was born or spawned or agreed upon on this date, and that becomes the date of the agenda item. And then if it doesn't come to fruition, they put it to bed, or they put it to rest, or they, I guess now, murder it if a certain family member gets taken, stolen, raped, or whatever, and they don't want to deal with it, because that's what it fucking feels like. So now, I'm here in the United States of America, which is USA, USA for UTSA, UZZA. I'm in Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. I'm in a time and space continuum that's broken. I wrote this morning about two forms of Nazi because it's written where you don't say it. It's not a sound. It doesn't make a guttural sound. It just makes a visual Coptic read. Which is this one. After I did Galaxy for Goddess Nyx's creation, Goddess in this one geospatial and geonatology spot I'm in that has some kind of volcanic glass. I know there's a volcanic eruption in Iceland that they're studying like crazy, at least the news media showed it the other night. But, again, I don't know how to get anything Icelandic on the phone. I don't know if we speak the same English. I don't know where I would be helpful, but stranger things have happened. That's the spiral of the nuclear fusion fission that heats up the mantle and then causes the volcanic eruption. That's where I had, originally it was just the Milky Way, just the galaxy without the sphere of water held to the center because the osmotic pressure, it's a whole system within itself. But that's from a Milky Way looking back at the galaxy with the Earth in mind type of vantage overstate, which normally I don't go that far into with humans. But I'm stuck here. I've been taken several times, but for some reason they keep awaking me in this time-space continuum glitch, and I can't get out by myself, and I belong to Nicklaus, and I want to go home. And if that means I gotta walk through light and shed skin and this body mechanic, I am all good with Majuru. I'll be Cujo, and we do kudos things in happily ever after, never having to wear human ever again, since this has not been a pleasant experience by any stretch of the imagination since I've been here. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza.